and welcome to Your Space with your host Hannah Arinito. We are back for another episode, and you could be asking yourself, Hannah, why are you not in studio today? Well, today we decided to come right here on ground. We are currently at the UCU Kampala campus looking at the current event happening in relation to career development. This is an association with the TIG Network Africa, and we are going to be looking at impactful thematic training and learning for the youth. You could be asking yourself, Hannah, why is this important? This is important because you are the future of this country. You are the leader in this country, and there is no way we're going to have leaders that prioritize the national values of honesty, of integrity, so forth, if we do not have these discussions right here. Join me for this experience. Let's go.
Pursuing courses that are development oriented. So we now have a very big family. The Commonwealth Scholarships alumni has beneficiaries as early as the 1960s. So we're over 1,000 in the country, and that's where we are coming from. So I'm really glad to be here. In the Alumni Association, I'm the publicity secretary. A few of our members are on their way, got caught up because of work, but they were aware and they're on their way. However, I want to get started. My understanding today is we're here to talk to the students, talk a bit about some of the strategies and tools and techniques to help you prepare as you plan for your future, especially joining the workforce. So, before I go any further, I'm just also going to introduce my colleague who is here. She can just stand up. She can just say a quick hello, and then I'll take on the mic.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be back home because I'm an alumna of UCU. Kampala campus was my home. Yeah, I graduated in 2019. And from that, I went straight to the United Kingdom for my master's under the Commonwealth shared scholarship. I studied gender and international development from the University of Warwick. Yeah, happy to be back home.
All right, thank you, Catherine. Now, as I said, I already introduced myself. I also benefited. I did my master's in education and international development at UCL in the UK, and I am currently an international education consultant, mainly dealing with higher education, where I run my own agency. Now, for the students, I have very few minutes, but a few things I can try to share with you. Now, some of these things, they definitely cut across, regardless of what major you're doing. But as you are looking to join the workforce, some of the tips I can share really, number one is going to be, regardless of what you're doing and who you are, make sure you are very intentional about who or what you want to become, okay? Here's the thing, all of you are going to get degrees, but so what? How do you stand out? How do you outcompete the person sitting next to you? And what really matters is the small things, okay? It's not too much the big things, it's the small things, because everyone, all of you in here can go and get a degree. But now, what will give you that selling point, that competitive edge, is going to be the small things that matter. What do I mean by small things? For example, if I am a medical student right now, to what extent have you exhausted the resources around you? Okay, are you driven? Are you highly motivated? Or are you in your comfort zone? Do you engage and jump out of your comfort zone? That's really the most important thing. What do I mean by that? Regardless of where you want to end up, you need to engage with practitioners, okay? You need to engage with people like us. Some of you might say, look, I am finishing my bachelor's, but instead of going to join the workforce, is there any way I can get a scholarship for a master's? So that when I come back, I will be in a more competitive position, okay? So you definitely want to exhaust your resources. You want to build very good rapport with your professors. Unfortunately, we are talking to you a bit late. Usually when I'm counseling students, I talk to them before they join university. And so they join and they're very intentional. But for you, it is not yet too late. But my message is you have to learn to be very intentional. You have to learn to be, to go out of your comfort zone and to be very curious. You need to know more than average. I always tell students, what you're learning in class is only 50% of your success. And then the other 50% comes with the extra work you put in. For example, if you want to be a neurosurgeon at Mulago Hospital, what you would want to do, look up the neurosurgeon at Mulago Hospital, go to LinkedIn, and look at his profile. Look at how he started. What did he study? How did he get to where he got? Okay? You need to have role models. And I think that's the other most important thing. For whatever you want to do, whoever you want to become, you need to focus on also having a role model. So, in summary, because some of my colleagues are also joining, but in summary, from me, all I can tell you is be very intentional and focus on the small things, okay? If you're applying for a job, is your English correct? If you have an English problem, has your friend looked at your CV? Focus on the small things, look for role models, be very ambitious. That is what employers want to see. People today want to see students who can demonstrate a track record of achievement, okay? So even if you have not yet graduated, your next employer wants to see what is your track record as an individual. Have you built your profile? So it's those small things that matter, and those are my few words. Now, I'll go ahead and introduce two more people that have joined us. Over here is Zahara Namanda. She'll say also a few words. She's our vice president. And we also have our president, Colin Ojara, who has just joined us. They're each going to say probably like 5 minutes each, and we'll be done. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Zahara Namanda. I'm the vice president for the Commonwealth Association of Uganda. It's a pleasure being here with you all. Apologies, we've been late. But anyway, looking at the theme, why we are here is that we are looking into opportunities for, university students. What next after university? It's a very big question for most of you, but of course, once you master the art of where you want to go, it's the most important thing. As you leave the university, there is a lot of demand in the outside world. And looking in the outside world, we see a lot of competition, of which everyone wants to be in a better position, better organizations. But you, as an individual, where do you want to go? What is your brand? And as for the association, we really look at supporting university students as a way, as a commitment that we have. I really had a campus that I wanted to be in the education sector, and that supported my path easily because I actually knew where I wanted to be. And for the association, we are here to support you. I mean, if you need any support regarding where you want to be, if you want to embark on further studies, we are here to support you. And we are here to walk the journey with you. That is our role. Thank you so much. I hope I'm not over-speaking, but I would wish to invite our president, Collins Ogara, to also say a word or two. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you very much. Good afternoon, protocol observed. I am not so sure who is in the room, but I'll observe protocol. I am happy to be here. I am sorry I'm late because I got lost, and I'm impressed with the investment that UCU is putting in education. My name is Ogara Colin, and like all my colleagues have said, this is part of the executive of an association that is called the Commonwealth Scholars and Fellows Alumni Association of Uganda, who were founded about 9 years ago. We are now fully registered, and in the next few days, we shall have a website up and running. We are supported by the British government through the British Council on behalf of the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission. And I think 2 years ago, or a year ago, 2022, I met the medical students again. For your own information, I took office as president last year in August, so I am just about over 6 months, is it, in this role. But I'm really excited that we are having this opportunity to talk to you. I was just thinking when we were walking in that what do I need to share with you? I don't know how much time I have, 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, I'll use them very effectively. So I am not a pure scientist. I'm a behavioral scientist who went into the medical field, and I did my fellowship in the University of Liverpool in 2014. I have children. I educated a bit in Kumba University at some point, and I was very keen in developing curriculum. So what do I want to talk about? Transition. I just want to encourage all of you to look at those non-class skills that you acquire by interacting with people, the soft skills that sharpen your ability. Many years ago, I was told that 20% of what we do in school gives us opportunities, and the remaining 80% revolves around the networks we create, the relationships, what some people call relationship capital, and the kind of skills beyond the classroom that we learn. I'll pick a typical example. I currently do 5 different jobs, and very little of the skills I got from the first degree are what I'm applying in my day-to-day life. I work as a head of research and resource mobilization for an organization called FAWE, and then I also support an international organization called Asante on partnerships. And I want to pick from that point. I also do some research work in the School of Psychiatry, and the Department of Psychiatry and the School of Psychology in Makerere University. So you can see that those are 5 different things, plus my personal consultancies. I want to talk about that particular one, that I think I would request that the leadership and the university should pick these as a more signature annual events, and I'd also advise that we can have one-on-one engagements with students, and I want to request management. As an alumni association, we are multi-skilled. I don't know that Simon told you we are approaching 2,000 beneficiaries from the year we got independence. I think we are now 65 years old as those who benefit from the Commonwealth scholarships. So we have a multitude or a multi-dimension of skilled young and old people, and we would really be happy to have, for lack of a better word, clinics where we provide tailor-made mentorship. I want to repeat this one, tailor-made mentorship, that we engage you and mentor you for a mentorship period and try to link you both to opportunities. If you want opportunities in academia, it could be linking you to opportunities for jobs. It could be opportunities for starting enterprises. And we see you develop and become youth who are not just progressive, but who can effectively impact in the communities where you come from or where you'll be living, and also greatly influence development, not only at your own level, but at family level, community level, nationally, regionally, and globally. So I'm really happy to be here today, and I would really be willing and available for further engagements during this session. Thank you very much.
This is Kampala campus. We have main campus, which is in Mukono. We have a campus in Bale, a campus in Arua, and Kabale. And I take this pleasure to invite you to all the campuses to speak to our students about the same. This is a topic we are hungry for, and we are very happy to engage our students in something like this. Anything that can build the future, we are down for it. So I think that the conversation is still going on, right? And of course, you're welcome again. Yeah. I would like to take this honor to invite our very wonderful director. I think coming to UCU, we brag, we take a lot of delight in a few things. One of them is that we have the coolest vice chancellor. He's not here today, but he sends you his welcome and warmth, and he hopes we can continue this relationship. But in his shoes today, we have our director, Madam Anita Shakira. You're very welcome, Madam.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. This is a great day, I may say. My name is Anita Shakira. I have served at UCU for a very long time, and I'm very pleased to see some alumni around here. It's a very great afternoon. All protocol observed. I recognize some, and others I don't recognize, so you will excuse me. And I recognize the Deputy IGG, who I also identify with my lecturer. So happy to see you, and congratulations. The last time you were in other shoes, now you are in new shoes. God be praised. Yeah, so this is a very great initiative. I want to welcome the staff and students of Kampala campus community. We call ourselves the City Campus because, like you've heard, our other campuses are upcountry. We have a campus in Mukono, we have one in Arua, one in Kabale, and in Bali. So you're very welcome. You are seated in a structure which is yet to be complete, but yes, we are here, and we are, hopefully, we'll even invite you probably at the opening, which we hope will be in April. So, welcome to this campus. And I want to applaud the Guild fraternity for thinking of this initiative of career guidance, career counseling. Someone may think, oh, these guys are already destined to be lawyers, so why set up a career guidance, workshop like this? But believe me, you may think that you're just going to be lawyers, but some of you have other different potentials which you need to unveil. You need to unveil. Yes, I'll just give you an example of my career. I studied social sciences at Makerere, did a master's in sociology, currently winding up my PhD in education management. Now, we relocated as a family to Nairobi after I was married, after I'd finished my master's. So I knew I was looking at the NGO world. I moved around Nairobi looking for work in NGOs, but I did not get a job in any NGO. And surprisingly, when I went to the university, because I first tutored at Makerere before we went to Nairobi. So I tutored in Faculty of Social Sciences, and I did not think I was going to teach really for long because I had not even done a degree in education. But when I went to Nairobi, the doors which opened for me were in education. So I ended up part-timing at Daystar University. I ended up teaching also at an Amicus school in education. And one time I did not have a clue how I was teaching because I didn't have training in teaching. But I was teaching mature people. So after the lecture, one of them, I was much younger than her, she ran after me after the lecture and she said, "Madam, do you know that you are a very good lecturer? You're a very good teacher?" And I was so surprised but that was the beginning of my career in lecturing. So why am I telling you this story? You may have not yet got an opportunity to use a potential that is hidden in you. Okay? So do not be very rigid on who you are as a person. You need to be very flexible. If I had refused to teach in Daystar when they gave me part-time, if I had insisted and said, I'm looking for a job in an NGO, probably I would not be here at Kampala campus, because she's one of my students, and yes, she's my former student.
Let's clap for her.
Clap for her. I'm very happy to see her again. And if you want to know how I was teaching, you just go and talk to her. She will tell you who I was in class. Yeah, so this career teaching is very, very necessary. And like you know, in 2024, gone are the days whereby you are educated as an engineer and you live as an engineer for the rest of your life. Gone are the days. You can become a lawyer and then you go and study business, and you can go and study, many other courses. So be flexible, be open. But the other thing I want to mention to you, young people, is that you need to know who you are. Self-awareness. Okay? Self-awareness is very, very important. If you're very ignorant, you say, because I admire Anita and the way she is, so I want to be like Anita. Okay, you may admire me, but you may not exactly be like me. So you have to know what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. And then be able to know where you can position yourself. Because definitely some of the careers, you cannot be able to take them on because of your personality traits. So you know yourself and know what you're passionate about. Know the things that come easy your way. What are those things that you do where you do not have to struggle? And that's where your gifting is. And that's where you'll easily find yourself and you'll actually flourish in that way. Okay. So, just quickly, to mention some of the benefits of this career workshop. One, you clarify your career goals. Okay, it will help you to understand your career options, and you're going to gain support, like you've already seen, from an objective guide. Okay, the short time I was here and I listened to the Commonwealth alumni, they have their experience. So as I've said, you determine your strength and weakness. So even as you listen to all this going on, find out what is my strength. What is my weakness? And be square with it. Don't hide, because this is the time you're planning for your future. And you're going to even learn key skills from those who have climbed ladders. We have highly dignified lawyers in our midst. So you're going to listen intently to them and be able to gain from what they're saying. And you're going to broaden your perspective as well. So you're also going to get better at negotiating for jobs through the experiences you're going to hear. I wish you the best this afternoon, and I wish this room was more packed. I can see you're not very many, but I hope Moses and this gentleman are really mobilizing more students, because I know there's a lot that you're going to benefit from this workshop. So feel at home, feel at Kampala campus or the city campus, and I wish you the best. God bless you.
It's been a great time here at the Career Development Session at the UCU Kampala campus, presented by the TIG Africa Network. I hope that you have picked at least one or two things from this session. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place on UBC with your host, Hannah Arinita. Bye-bye.